there was a video where they were just like pouring out whatever, and I'm like, what are you doing? Do you even know where that comes from? Like, why are you pouring out your drink, Asian man? Stop, Asian sir.
Rhea and Jose from the Now Collective here to serve as best we can at the most appropriate time, which is now. And if you're wondering why we look so decked out, why we look so fresh compared to y'all, is because we recently did some research on K-pop and the K-pop machine and all of that, because it's so huge, but we just didn't know why. Like, we had never
dove in.
We never dove into finding out
like why it's such a phenomenon, why it's such a huge movement.
Yes, until we just happened to see this random 20-minute documentary on Netflix about the behind the scenes and how much of a business it actually is, down to the structure, that we had no choice but to go and check it out for ourselves.
Straight up. The Koreans, they'll outwork you.
They will outwork you. Like, this is a process for them.
And they'll even add logic behind it.
Right.
And I just feel
there's a formula.
That there's a formula behind this shit. And that's intense. And that's why it's so big, in my opinion.
No, I agree. And in honor of one of our viewers, Patty, who super loves K-pop.
She does.
This is why we are dressed the way that we are.
Yeah.
And we just want to have a breakdown of what we actually do admire about the whole business side of it, because they know how to appeal, but it's like a rigorous test and structure to even get you to be a K-pop artist. Like, first of all, people dislike it because they call it like manufactured music, and it totally is. They don't shy away from that shit. They don't say that it's not. But you have to have some level of talent to even be considered, because they hold like tryouts for the people who can sing, dance, rap, whatever. And then if you're chosen, now you get molded for like 3 to 5 years is what we researched, until it's finally time to bring you up to like the big stage where you start touring, where you start recording, and so on and so forth. And that's one side that people don't like about it. Why do you think? What do we have against it as, I guess, the American market? Because it also took a while before it broke into America, like as big as it is right now.
Okay, well, as far as it breaking into America, I just think that we have a problem with accepting anything new and non-American in which we don't understand, number one. But two, for people that actually do take the time and choose to like see what it's all about and dislike it, I'm assuming their dislike for it being like over manufactured would be that I guess it is like very almost redundant in a way. And I wonder if people are upset that they've kind of taken a culture that we would call our own, as far as when you look at the videos with their like coolness and the like the bouncing in like the cars, the hydraulic cars and the low riders and like the bandanas and stuff. Like, can we consider that like an American thing? That was like American first?
Absolutely, because upon the further research that we did, they used South Korea, I believe, used to hold like a talent show back in like the 90s. And that's when the first like real K-pop group that like came out of nowhere first appeared, like in the early 90s. And they were doing like the b-boy dancing and like the pop and locking stuff, and they didn't respond well to it.
Right.
Because that's not what you grow up seeing in South Korean culture. You grow up, everything is like super nationalist, like the country's number one. So that's why it wasn't accepted. So these kids have had to have their influence from outside.
Right? So I guess like to wrap up what I was saying, I think Americans have a problem with, one, just allowing anything else non-American in, and then two, the you stole from us.
Just because you're doing it better and it's more successful. Now it's a problem and shit.
Right.
Yeah, but they take from so many different areas, because it's not, it's the appearance, but even in their breakdown in music, it's
Oh my
super
gosh.
catchy. It really is. Like
Yeah.
they incorporate so many elements that isn't just like hip hop or trap beats, but they do like EDM stuff all in one damn song.
Oh my goodness, all in one song. And that's what we were saying. There's like a formula to it. So it's like, okay, so what is the most likable I guess like factors in music. So
Right.
it's catchy words, which they said is typically English.
Yeah.
So the whole song, like, could be not an English word except for the hook or the breakdown would be like bang, 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 or the chorus or whatever, bang, bang, bang. It's like, wait, that is the only English word in there.
We're
But
talking
they,
about ass, because
Yeah.
they like saying shit like that too.
Yeah.
Like, put your ass on me.
and it's
that's
like
the only
that's
thing.
the only English like word, like sentence. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? So one that like English words are a little bit easier and catchier. So that will be the chorus. We have the look and like the aesthetic of the music videos. Okay, so we like colors and we like ignorant shit. We like
Pouring shit out.
Yeah, like there was a video
Jewelry.
where they were just like pouring out whatever, and I'm like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? Do you even know where that comes from? Like, why are you pouring out your drink,
Right.
Asian man? Stop,
Right,
Asian
right,
sir.
Right.
So and then like the riding on top of cars,
Just reckless shit.
just reckless. Like okay, well they like recklessness. And yeah, that's like pretty much like some key things that I know that they've picked out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we like a lot of visual stimulation, and there's a ton of that shit in those videos.
I know our first time when we watched it, when we were done, we looked at each other and we're like, I'm overstimulated right now. Like so much just happened. I heard so many sounds and I saw so many things.
Right.
And it's like, but I still feel like it was cool. Like
Right. So they do know what works. That's the big thing behind the whole manufactured sound, is that they break it down to a damn science. So you can't be mad at that. You can only be mad at that if you were trying to discover ways of making it work. And that's fine too, because that's the big argument. Like, oh, it's not natural talent. Like, it's not kids who just found their parents' electric guitars and drum sets and then gained the skills along the way. It's not necessarily that, but it might be even better because these people are so serious about it that they're willing to endure these 3 to 5 years to just be selected or not selected to keep moving. So
Right.
How hard do you really want this shit? You can't be mad at that.
From even before you, like we even like got into this and really discussed it, watching that video, watching their music videos, I saw in their eyes and then their movements that they believed that life.
That's not exactly like it's not a charade. It's not fake. No,
it's not fake. Maybe that's like not how they grew up.
Right.
I specifically think about the hip hop influence because like obviously like knowing like where it comes from and the attitude behind it, I'm sure that attitude is something that they had to adopt and learn.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's why people have a hard time
fair.
accepting it. But the thing is, they did it though, and they do it so well
Right.
and so flawlessly. I'm telling you, in their moves and in their eyes and their facial expressions, like they straight up feel like they live that life, like they are like Tupac reincarnated. Right. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
No, you're right. You're so
Why
right.
do I enjoy this so much?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'm like, but
So they've done it for so long that it is second nature. This is just who they have become, and that's the thing. You want something different, you want to achieve a certain level, well, you have to become a different person to match that level. That's all these guys are doing, and that's a great lesson because that's pretty much what we live our lives by. We know that where we were as 5 years ago, that mental state is not what's going to make us be CEOs, be a multi-billion-dollar company establishment. That same thinking is not going to, us discussing basketball and whatever else we were talking about back then is not what's going to bring us to be those multi-billionaires.
right.
So you have to level up, become a certain person to fit that certain thing that you want.
And I'm not gonna get mad at anyone or knock their hustle for working hard and understanding and
At the end of the day, yeah.
and executing.
I agree.
I can't be mad at that.
You cannot be mad at that because how can you be mad for someone putting in the work and getting the reward So now you have the fucking formula, but you're just mad that you haven't done it. Like,
Right.
like
That
the
you didn't
logic,
execute it?
exactly, that you didn't execute it, that you didn't think it was that important, that you just wanted to do it 2 times out of the week. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers are going in it for 3 years straight. Who do you think is gonna have the better outcome?
I'm saying every day for 3 years. Yeah, I don't care if it comes
Kobe.
naturally for you. If it comes naturally for you, but you're not practicing or and you don't have a science behind it, then you're gonna get beat every single time.
Every single fucking time.
Every
Because
time.
hard work will beat natural talent when natural talent fails to work hard.
Bang, bang, bang.